Cold Revenge. Written by Bip Wetherall. Narrated by Stephen Miller. The Gambling Man. Maxwell Horatio Cameron stood 6'2". His deep brown hair was normally spiked and gelled in the modern fashion, but not today. His hair sported an expensive cut from top London hairdresser Paul Williams. His Armani two-piece black suit, Kurt Mueller shoes, and white starched shirt were immaculate. The only true hint of opulence was the Versace black and white striped silk tie, which nestled below the shirt collar tied in a sharp Windsor knot. Maxwell, Maxie to his mates, was always the man, but today he was the main man. He just received his first-class honors degree from Lincoln University, and, as president of the student faculty, was about to address 500 fellow students with approximately 1,000 proud parents in the awesome setting of Lincoln Cathedral. All the students had rented their gowns and caps for the ceremony except Max. He had his made to measure. Max spent most of the previous evening preparing his speech. He had focused on the achievements of his fellow students, how they would go on to be the future of our great United Kingdom. They would become doctors, accountants, and solicitors, and secure their own standing in the communities that would welcome them. Max smiled when he thought of the work they must have put into getting their degrees. He himself had done very little. He had chosen arts and media and used his talent for delegation to build a team around him that would go on to produce 3 film projects, the latest being short-lived for a Channel 4 television award. Max provided the ideas, the rest of the team did all the work, and they all received first-class honors degrees. Job done. When Max walked onto the stage and approached the podium, he decided, at the last minute, to change his mind about the subject of his speech. He originally intended to praise the parents who were attending the ceremony, congratulating them for their hard work and sacrifice in bringing up their children to be the country's future. Instead, he praised his team. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank my right-hand man, Troy Dickinson, who, after helping me visit most of the nightclubs in London, is leaving to work at his father's accountancy practice. I also give my special thanks to a beautiful young lady, Priscilla Templeton, who accompanied Troy and me on our evenings of entertainment. She is going to join her mother's company selling cosmetics online. Last but not least, the party animal of the group, William Darling, who is going into partnership with his elder brother selling double glazing. The audience just sat spellbound. Max could feel the anger of the teachers sat behind him. He ended his short speech by exclaiming, "I too will follow my father into his chosen profession. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I leave today to become a full-time professional gambler." He left the stage to complete silence. The reason Max changed his mind about the content of his speech was because he knew his parents had not made any sacrifices whatsoever, especially his father. After the degree ceremony, everyone was mingling outside the cathedral, drinking champagne and taking selfies. Friends were hugging, hats were being thrown into the air. Everyone's parents were looking on proudly, except for Max. He knew there was no point in looking for his father, as he was serving 18 months in Kelmarsh prison for fraud. Up until his shock announcement about his father's true profession, all of his mates thought Max's dad was a high-ranking Royal Navy officer away sailing the 7 seas. As Max pretended to hug his mother, he had to turn away as the aroma of the champagne she was already drinking was mixed with the fumes of last night's vodkas. "I spoke to your dad today. He wished you luck." Max ignored her. "He reckons he'll be out on parole next week." "The bookies will be pleased," replied Max. Later that evening, Max sat alone in his study, not wishing to go out and party. He opened a very expensive bottle of Glenfiddich whiskey, poured himself a large measure, and thought back to the first time he realized that he too was to become a gambler. The pub where he worked
Sample complete. Ready to continue?